All right, Broncos country. We are live. We are back. It's Mic'd Up season 2, and I could not be more excited. I have two of the absolute best and my favorite Broncos content creator, media guys, reporters, insiders, whatever you want to call them. He's the host of one of the largest YouTube shows in the world, Broncos country. You know him. You love him. He's Benjamin Jonathan Elway. Good to see you. And his opponent tonight, of course, this is a rematch, by the way, from season 1. Makes it super exciting. A rematch. This gentleman, of course, is the star at 92.5 FM Altitude Sports Radio. He's also the host of Altitude Football, Nuggets at Night, Cocktail Hour, DMAC Smack, a couple of cooking shows, one of those, tune in and learn how to fix your car shows. This is his 12th show of the day. It's all brought to you by Journey Spice, of course. Got to get that in there. And DMAC. We all love Darren. So, gentlemen, welcome back to season 2. The last year's match was a 1-point affair, I believe, that Ben eked out against his hero, Ben. How are you feeling tonight?
Bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm riding high. I'm not going to pretend that it was not because, Mike, we had that time in Sedona where there were photographs of us at a pool together and then again at a Super Bowl. And just like Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, we have something special. So I expect
we got the reference. You didn't have to say Rossini and Vrabel, but I mean,
they got it. They got it.
I mean, they got the joke, and then you kind of ruined it. So that's.
I just didn't know if it was old news or.
By the way, like Rossini and Vrabel, I rented a boat tonight.
Did you?
No reason.
Were you 4 months pregnant at the time when you rented it?
7, I believe, is 7 months pregnant.
Don't sell me short of those 3 months. I mean, the second trimester ain't, nothing to fool around about.
When it really starts to pop.
Good comeback. -2-0. Gentlemen, it's great to see you both. It's great to have you back on the show. Super excited about this one. I think we should probably start with the state of the Broncos. Ben, I'll go to you first. Where are we at? How are you feeling? How should Broncos country be feeling about their Broncos right now?
Oh, man, it hasn't been since we were tracking taillights for Peyton Manning coming to Denver that there's been a time where we've had this kind of hope that it isn't just like hopium. It is based on cold, hard receipts that Bo Chapman-Nix has lost 2 games his entire Broncos career by more than a touchdown. We won 14 games, should have been 15 last season. We are a Bo Nix ankle break away from beating the Patriots and being in the Super Bowl. And then we go out and get Jalen Waddle. We got a young and hungry team that I feel like added some great pieces in the draft, and Bo's going to be ready to cook. And I think I'm feeling wildly hyped about this upcoming season.
Yeah. And you generally are hyped.
I am.
Ever the optimist. DMAC, what say you? How should Broncos country be feeling right now?
There were 2 tremendous additions in the offseason. Riley Moss-Nix, the young baby from Bo and Iz, and Bo's ankle, second injury. And that's what I think happened, by the way.
I think there's a second injury.
Oh, yeah, I do. Wow. I do think listen, man, there were a couple of things. He was going to be the special offensive assistant, something or other at Oregon. Canceled that. Had a football camp. Canceled that. Like, you don't plan things in your personal life if you don't have something new happen. And what we need to just be on pins and needles about is Bo's ankle. Now, is it predisposed? No, we're not allowed to say that, right, Sean Payton? No. This was always supposed to happen. Listen, I'm rooting for Bo, not against Bo. That is for sure.
Of course. Yeah.
But we all are. But there's a $240 million decision coming at the end of the season. And by the way, this is the year the Broncos should be in the Super Bowl. This year. Rookie contract, coach for 4 years, quarterback for 3. This is it. This is when teams who draft the right quarterback get all the way to Valhalla. And it should be the case for the Broncos, but it's riding on Bo's brittle ankles.
I'll give you another point for Valhalla.
So. Okay. DMAC, you You love drama, and that's why I've listened to you for 3 hours a day for my entire
calling him
adult
a
life.
drama queen.
But
I kill you with truth.
yeah, and a lot of times you do, but sometimes you don't. And I'll just remind you, like last off season, Bo dropped his YouTube channel, and you kind of were a hater on that. And I think had Bo Nix truly had a second injury, he does not clap back at the haters with the Instagram video of him doing wind sprints. He does not do like the most popular article in The Athletic where he writes a letter to his daughter that was heartfelt that said, "I'm finishing up my rehab from this injury." Bo Nix is going to be absolutely fine.
So you're saying,
oh wow, so I'm sorry, Ben. Where'd you get your PhD? Where'd your doctorate at? Your medical PhD?
Trump University, okay, and it was an online degree.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
I'm feeling great about it.
Perfect. So you got your steaks, your water, and your degree, and maybe your new cell phone and your sneakers, all at a place that is completely unreliable. Way to go, Ben. I better be getting points for that one because I did throw in water. And
I gave you 2 points for it, and now we have a perfect.
You did not mention the Straits of Hormuz once, and so 2 points off.
No, because I have a Demaryius Thomas score, and I can't change it for now.
So keep that.
We're gonna go with it. I like how you jump ahead, DMAC, on me. You went straight to past the schedule and right into, is Bo gonna bow? That's the question. Now, he did a lot of damage with his legs last year, DMAC, and it's not. I mean, maybe we're not going to see too many designed runs this, at least early in the season, but we should be worried about Bo's ankle here. He's the engine that drives this offense, certainly in clutch time. How worried are you? From your first comments, I'm assuming you've got some concerns.
First of all, you have to understand, I am a Bo-liever, okay? Sure, nobody was advocating more for Bo Nix than me at the draft. I've got plenty of documentation to prove that one.
Me too.
I got the receipts. That being said, in additional to being said, I think I got them at 11-6 and maybe 12-5 with that Bills game on Christmas, but I know we'll get to that later. But without Bo, I think it's a minimum 4-game differential, if not 5.
Well, we're not going to talk about without Bo. We're going to assume Bo's going to play.
Without Bo, they're 11-6, and we can have that conversation about a potential 12-5, and I would circle that Bills game on Christmas.
Yeah, for sure. Ben?
Yeah, I think Sean Payton has slow rolled Bo Nix's designed runs both his first 2 seasons. So I think that you'll see more of that. And I think Davis Webb will have that written on his play sheet, like run the ball with someone who's not Bo Nix. Just because, I totally agree. I agree with DMAC. It's at least 4 win differential with Stiddy, and we can all make him our Twitter profile or whatever we want. But we saw, like, even holding the Patriots to 10 points, Stidham couldn't put up 13 to get us there. So I think it all rides on Bo without a doubt.
Yeah, you lose 2 points for that. So here's 6. That was Ben, by the way, lost 2 points just for bringing that game up.
Fairly so.
Get to know your host, Ben. Come on. First slate of games there. Ben, I'll go to you first. Do you like starting in Arrowhead and not playing Kansas City in December? I do. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I think, I know we have a first place schedule, so we're going to all have like that initial shock of like, oh, this is tough. But at the same time, we are playing 90% of the same teams as the Chiefs and the Chargers. Yet the Denver Broncos have the biggest rest differential in the entire AFC West. And basically we are getting 4 more days of rest than anyone else in our division. The Chiefs are right below us. And then you're looking at the Los Angeles Chargers, who are going into this season with 24 days less rest. Just wild. They're playing 4 teams off of their bye week, whereas the Denver Broncos have these weird Thursday games, Friday games. And so the Broncos have all these mini buys, and some of our tougher games are coming off of mini buys, which just gives you that rest differential going into a tougher game like to the New England Patriots. And then like Buffalo Bills, short week, they're coming here. Seattle Seahawks, short week, they're coming here. And while Bo Nix, who is completely fine and did not have a second injury, is rehabbing with state-of-the-art technology, you got Rashee Rice, who is rehabbing in a state penitentiary and probably going to get suspended. And so I love how our schedule works, and I feel like there's zero pressure going on the road. We're supposed to lose that game.
My Raleigh
Mahomes not 100%.
imitation.
Yeah, I love it, man.
My turn.
I need a timer. Sorry, dude.
I'm good.
I just want to say I'm not the coolest guy in the world, but I better gain points, not lose one, for not being a nerd in my mom's basement for using the expression rest differential, Ben. What are we doing there? My Lord. I mean, okay, fine.
It's a new
nerd.
one.
But like, if you just want to say they got a tough first 6 games, okay, welcome to the party. That being said, it doesn't scare me. And look, and I got them 5-4 going in the bye. Look at the games after the bye, fellas. Okay. So all you got to be is around 500. I'm not worried about that. They'll do it. Other teams change too. And then look at the schedule afterwards. And by the way, I do have them dropping the game at Carolina. So I don't have them just, blindly beating every bad team around. And Carolina's probably going to be a mid team anyways. But rest differential, Ben, come on. What are we doing here?
DMAC, I've tried to tell you that on the text line. As long as I trust the science, bro, you got to just trust it. Rest. It means that, dude.
Differential.
You're playing the Chargers, who are the only team in the division that should scare you, are playing 4 teams off of their bye week. Like, we lost our ever-loving minds when we had to play the Chiefs 1 time off of a bye week. Imagine doing that 4 times, and they have to do it against the Patriots, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and I think the Eagles. Like, they have a horrible schedule, so it means a huge difference. And yeah, I think it's a big deal. Call it whatever you want.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have RD percentage in my back pocket, but Ma, the meatloaf.
Oh, I love it.
Dude, you got like 5 points just for this is a little nerdy, but I did see that, Ben, and I saw the rest differential. I did have a giggle, but I also saw that the Chargers do have they do travel almost the most in the league, perhaps the most in the league. So it will wear a team down. And then their break is week 7. If I remember right, their bye week is week 7. Not ideal, but not as bad as the Chiefs, who have their bye week at 5. And so then they've got to play 13 games straight heading into the postseason if they make it. So, and then the Raiders are way out at like 12, which is when I predict Mendoza probably takes over.
What week do you have Mendoza?
12. Now,
we were talking about that today. I was thinking more 12. All right. So you think Kirk's going to do okay, huh? You
got to look at it too. You go the Drew Lock route where you play the bridge guy all the way to the end, and then when you're out of it, you can put him in. Now he's a first overall pick, so you probably don't do that.
I just figure, like, how good are the Raiders going to be through 5 games? And I got them 2 and 3.
Answer the question.
I got them 2 and 3 at best. So I don't even know who the Raiders have in week 6, but I just figure, like, by week 6 they're going to suck, right? You think they should?
Well, I mean, they've got some nice pieces now, and Kubiak's there. Maybe, I don't know. They got rid of Geno. I think that's an upgrade. I think Kirk Cousins can win games for him.
Listen, I am terrified of the Raiders in 2 years.
Yeah.
I think. How about this comparison? The Las Vegas Raiders, if they really got it right, will be the San Antonio Spurs. Meaning, when they first had Wembanyama, they weren't good, and it was interesting because they were losing games not on purpose, but they were okay with losing games because it got them Castle. And I think the Raiders, and then kaboom. Then they were, now you see them. And it might not be their year yet, but Wembanyama is going to be the MVP for the next 5 years. And the Spurs are going to be the standard after this year for the next 5 years. And I hate to say compliments about the Raiders, but look what they've done, guys. I mean, seriously, they've done everything exactly right. Exactly right. And it's scary.
People don't even think Fernando Mendoza was the best quarterback in this draft.
Who are those people?
Like,
who,
I mean,
who are those
tons
people?
of I mean, there was a huge thing on it, and people are saying that it was because they share an agent, but there's a
on
lot.
Reddit?
Dude,
Is it
I
on
will bet
Reddit?
you every dollar under your mom's bed that Ty Simpson will not be as good as Fernando Mendoza.
Well, and I'm not saying he will be, but to compare him to one of the craziest athletic freaks the NBA has ever seen, he's not Wembanyama. I mean, he's like, it'd be one thing if you were saying that about Trevor Lawrence a bunch of years ago, but nobody like Trevor Lawrence will.
All right. First of all, you're twisting my words, and I'm not gonna have it.
You said he was Wembanyama, and they're the Spurs.
I said, look at the team and look what they've done. I did not say Mendoza's Wembanyama. That being said, what I said was you got a really good player. You got the first pick of the draft, as Wembanyama was, and then you did not have a great season, and you were able to double down on your investment in Castle. That's what I'm saying. The Raiders may not have a great year this year, but hang on, fellas. What they have money to spend in the salary cap and what they still will have in the draft is pretty awesome. And listen, and I don't mean to give, Botox boy Tom Brady any credit here, nor do I think he deserves it. But by the way, it's freaky. Annie Agar looks at Tom Brady and is like, what is going on with your body? It's like that.
Okay,
so
he just won the show.
Nobody
right.
that old should
was
have a
it, yeah.
six-pack abs.
I might have got you on that one right there,
That
but
was
I'm just
good.
telling you, this needs to be the year for the. I guess that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Let's go right now.
Yeah.
Broncos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now's your time.
we got to go now.
Windows open. Take advantage of it. Don't care about who we play in front of you. With that attitude, you got to go for it. But you guys both lose a little too much NBA talk.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
2 points each. A lot of Raiders talk from DMAC. That's 2 points. 18-12 game. So speaking of the Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, DMAC, back to you. Who's the biggest threat to the Broncos? Not the schedule. Don't give me Bo's ankle. Give me a team. Who's the biggest threat for the AFC West for the Broncos?
AFC West Chargers. Chargers for sure. And we'll see how Mike McDaniels operates with Harbaugh. That's too that's
thing,
too
right?
in a petri dish.
Dude,
right there.
I like that we're playing them late because I think
I do too, Ben. And I think that game, the last game of the year, will determine the AFC West. The last game of the season, and it is a home game. So I do like the Broncos to pull that out. Now listen, the Charger, and injuries always impact everything. Okay, fine. But I don't believe in the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is coming back too early because you got to understand in the NFL, which is nuts, every game in the NFL is a Super Bowl. So there'll be as much pressure for Mahomes to return on Monday night against the Broncos. And I love that too, Ben, by the way. And Mike, I love playing the Chiefs early when who knows if Mahomes' knee is sideways or not. I think that's actually fantastic. I'd much rather play the Chiefs opening night where you have all offseason to prepare for them than sometime in mid-December, right? I'll take that every single time. And I don't care that the Broncos had a better record and they should deservedly be opening at home. Fine by me. And we know Sean Payton sucks in September anyway, because nobody can understand what the fuck he's saying until October. So I'm fine with it for so many different reasons. And I think they win that game. In fact, I think they get off to a 3-0 start, and then they come back to earth and go 3-3. I don't know how Ben has it. You probably got them around 3-3 at the beginning of the year. But I just have them winning, then losing, then eventually winning after the bye.
I have them beating the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Yep.
Revenge game against the Jags. DMAC, you know how he loved to do.
I hate Liam Cohen, that phony piece of crap.
Oh,
and also don't forget
Small
Mark
market
Brunell.
BS. Go ahead.
Mark
What?
Brunell and what they did to us in '95.
Yeah, screw the Jags, man.
Screw
And
those
that
guys.
phony piece of crap.
The Jags are off. I give myself a point for Jags off. And then I think home, I think our first game we lose is the 49ers away.
I do too.
So I think 3-1 to get going, and then
I'm
we'll
there.
see what happens. Then we'll reevaluate. Let's just say that. David says that the Chiefs need to sign Stephon Diggs now because of what's going on with Rashid Rice. Stephon Diggs, I'm not part of the show, but that's a possibility. I could see them doing that. Ben, what do you think?
I mean, there's a ton of they need help. They're in big trouble. They're looking at Stephon Diggs. They're still rumored in that AJ Brown trade, and then obviously they're still really looking hard at Tyreek Hill, a reunion there, and he's pushing for it in the same way Vaughn's trying to push to come back here. But yeah, they had all of their eggs in the Rashee Rice basket, and I think the NFL is going to suspend him again because they always come down harder the second time. And you just look at multiple seasons in a row where they ship off, they brought in Hollywood Brown, they brought in DeAndre Hopkins, and Hollywood Brown had 60 catches last season and was the most productive receiver on that team. He's gone. Yeah. The Chiefs
weird to say it, but the Chiefs offense has not been good.
Nope.
Not good at all. I'm not buying them either. 6-11 last year. Mahomes is always dangerous if he's healthy. Dr. Chow said there's no way he's going to be healthy in week 1. Well, he's usually pretty accurate with that stuff. DMAC. Stephon, coming in there, or you think the Chiefs are going to have to bring in another wide receiver?
Receivers age like dogs. It's crazy. Like you don't think of Diggs being old or washed up, but he is, which is nuts because all my memories of Diggs is like how good he is, but that just happens in the NFL. It just does. So if they want to bring in old washed up receivers, hey man, fine by me. It's all going to come down to their offensive line, which was porous and terrible. And we'll see. I know they've tried to improve it. That's for sure. But yeah, Dr. Chow, I'd watch him too. And like I said, like Javonte Williams is such a cautionary tale. And I hate to invoke the NBA again, but Jamal Murray was so much better off taking more than 18 months to recover from a knee injury, whereas Javonte Williams came back way too soon, as we saw. However, given the proper amount of rest, he's done all right with the Cowboys. Really
did very well with
but he needed more rest. But the pressure to come back in the NFL is ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. So yes, Mahomes will be coming back too soon. Bo Nix may be coming back too soon. That's a little scary. And that makes me very, very nervous. The pressure, just to go back to Bo for a second, about, oh, yeah, this was always scheduled. It wasn't. And then he might be throwing in minicamp. Okay. And then he'll be throwing in July before training camp, rolling my eyes. And the only thing I care about is Bo Nix okay by, September 14th, frankly. That's all that really matters. A lot of training camp and all this other stuff, depending on who you are and what role you play in the NFL, is a bunch of crap. It doesn't even matter. It does for younger guys. And hey, God forbid we miss out on the, 52nd guy on the roster. But for the guys that we know, and we know most of the Broncos, by the way, it's just about being healthy until September 14th.
It is. And I guess the one thing I would push back on you there is Davis Webb.
Oh, what about him?
Davis Webb, practicing, getting those calls in, running that play, going a little up tempo. Like to see a little bit in the preseason, a little warm, because that schedule hits hard. Like to see.
I'll just say this real quick. Sean Payton is like the lead character from Memento. Davis Webb is going to be fantastic compared to what we had. So I think no matter what, Bo Nix is going to be happier because the plays are going to get in quicker no matter what.
Nothing worse than watching Bo Nix walk up to the line of scrimmage with 3 seconds left on the clock. How do you do that to a second-year quarterback?
By the way, I should get extra points for a Christopher Nolan classic movie.
Did you not see your score just go up?
It jumped. It absolutely jumped.
In fact, you know what? Complaining to the host, you lose too.
And I really think OTAs do not matter. You look at Aaron Rodgers skipping, and not that we want Bo Nix going on ayahuasca retreats, but Aaron Rodgers won multiple MVPs after skipping all of these OTAs. And we're even seeing right now the Chargers, who are earlier than we are in this process because Sean bumped it back, are doing their OTAs now.
What year would you say Aaron Rodgers was in when he was skipping OTAs? 7, 8?
Yeah,
throwing 30 touchdowns.
But Herbert,
when were the mushrooms ripe I don't know.
But Herbert's missing OTAs right now for the Chargers, and they have a brand new offensive coordinator who's changing things up drastic, like way bigger than what Davis Webb is going to basically be running Sean Payton's system, just changing it a little. Whereas McDaniels is coming into Chargers and changing everything, and still Herbert's with his girlfriend at concerts all over the world. So I don't think OTAs matter. It's just dudes running around in their underwear. I would watch.
I would watch as well. I mean,
yeah, we all
shirts
would.
on though. Keep your shirts on. We've already decided.
Tarps on.
Don't even start. So speaking of that, a current player, ex-players have gone on the record talking about Davis Webb and kind of a new way of doing things. Pretty exciting.
The Nooch.
Yep. The Nooch came out. He's been in the room with Webb. He knows what to expect. He says the play calls are going to be coming in faster. They're going to modify the calls to make them shorter. Bo's going to get more time at the line. And Bowles says that Davis Webb is not afraid to put it on the line and rip it. Now, the best we've ever seen from Bo, in my opinion, well, aside from a couple games, Green Bay and Dallas, there were some good games in there, but generally he's most dependable and does his best work when we've kept it a little too close, a little too conservative, and Bo needs to go in and win a game for us, and he just gets to go play ball. DMAC, this sounds like a good thing. Let it rip. Give it a shot. We don't know what's going to happen, but you can't do it too much because then your defense gets worn out. But there's got to be a balance there, right? A little more aggressive, a little more, let's not just not try to make a mistake. Let's go get some points and try and keep up with some of these quote unquote offensive juggernauts out there.
Well, the priority is going to get the ball to Jalen Waddle, right? I mean, you don't do what you did. And when you look at the draft this year, I think you'd be foolish to not consider him your number one pick. Okay. Excuse me. And I'm fine with that. I think most of us will be really like Tyler Onyenim. Trust me, if you know it now, you're showing off. Nobody will know it. It'll be right there up with there with Owaze Ariki Ibetiye. You know, I don't know.
I'll give you one back for that. That was pretty funny.
Thank you. Yeah. But that being said, the star of the camp will be Jonah Coleman. The star of the camp really is Jalen Waddle, the first round pick. So how many times can we get it to him? You know, on the radio show today, Scott Hastings, I got to give him props. We were joking around about the tight ends, and he was like, well, 80 receptions. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. They must have had more than 80 receptions as a group. And because he was joking about Caleb Lohner getting more than 80 receptions, the star apparently of rookie minicamp.
We're going to get, we'll get to Lohner. We'll get to Lohner here in a second.
That being said, do you guys know specifically the exact amount of receptions by Broncos tight ends last year?
Evan Ingram had 49.
Okay, keep going. What do you think the total was?
70.
Oh, got to be under that. I would guess like 65.
It's actually 78, which, I thought it was way more. Well, I'll give you guys credit because I thought it was way more than 80. So you guys, all right, you had that vibe. You had that. That's a stunning low amount to me.
Yeah. Especially for Sean Payton, who loves tight ends like Jimmy Graham. You're obviously Dan Campbell, Jeremy Shockey. He loves it. And if you look at Bo's passing chart, he never went to the middle of the field. So is that Evan Ingram sucked or Bo isn't seeing it yet? And so I'm excited to, think of us being able to use the entire field. It's exciting.
Look, DMAC, Tyler Columbus added me to his list today of Broncos reporters. So from now on, I would expect you to know.
Show him some respect. Yeah.
That I'm going to, put some respect on my name. I'm a Broncos reporter now for the Mile High.
Well, Mike, nobody ever accused Tyler of being bright. Despite that green being on the straight out of Greenwood Village.
Super Bowl champion.
He's got that going for him, no doubt about it.
I just always want to say to him, oh, you won a Super Bowl? You never mentioned it. Yeah.
Bro, if I won a Super Bowl, of course you would, man. Come on.
The ring is impressive. Tyler does it. Tyler does wear his ring every now and then, usually when he's involved with some event. Our guy, Ryan Harris, wears his ring every day.
I bet he
wears
does.
his Super Bowl ring every day. Like, I got my phone, I got my keys, got my ring. I'm good to go.
I'd be like that too, man.
All right. So
I was like prom king and I was homeschooled, and I like still tell everyone.
Well, that makeout session with your sister must have been something else.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I bet.
No, I went to Thornton. Okay, I went to Thornton High School. I wasn't homeschooled.
Too late.
I don't know whether to take points or give points there, but I'm taking a point for that. It wasn't a bad joke. It's just kind of misplaced. It was a bad timing.
For me or him?
No, for him. He lost a point.
Yeah, because you sort of admitted you made out with your sister.
I didn't deduct a point for that.
It
could have been a stepsister for all I know.
I kill you with truth.
He's doubling down on making out with his sister.
I mean, could have been brought along in a marriage. We don't know. It's 2026. We're not judging anything.
Who are we? Who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge?
Yeah. What happens in Thornton? Hey, what happens in Thornton? Stays in
Thornton.
It sure does.
Apparently.
Yep.
The DMAC, no stories tonight. Don't do it.
Okay.
Well, don't give us one of those. Speaking of Thornton, we had a Broncos player one night.
He's got the best, dude.
we should probably
the guy in the jewelry parking lot hiding in the bushes.
We told that last year.
Right.
Behind Chili's or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not beat up on that poor guy again. But I mean, there's going to be growing.
DMAC, what happened in Dallas?
Am I doing the show?
Oh my God, Ben! Ben asked the question.
No, this is the question. I've wanted to hear the answer to this. What happened in the preseason in Dallas?
How old were you when that happened, Ben? Seriously,
I just remember you teasing it and like wanting to know so bad, and like if I ever got to talk to you. I mean, I was probably 20 something.
It's one of the greatest unreported stories of all time, and I cannot report it here. I can't, because there's still people that are. When that comes out,
okay,
that is such. Ben deserves points right there.
I'll give him 2 points.
Oh, but that is what a great memory. It's an amazing story, and nobody's ever reported on it. And this is terrible. I'm not going to report on it right now. No. But it's an all-timer. All-timer
in your book someday.
It's one of the greatest NFL stories that's never been reported on.
Well, last year off air when we were done, you told us another story. So we'll hold off till we never told anybody, and we were safe. We kept our promise.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we. Hey, and
that's a good one though. That's such a great callback.
You burn somebody in this business, and you're done. Especially on Mic'd Up, where I depend on you big shots.
Right. Exactly.
So we're not going to burn the. We're not going to shoot the horse that something rides. I don't know. I can't think of an analogy or anything right now. Every year we have a camp superhero. You've got choices. You've got Katsas, who's this unknown receiver who's just a really fast kid who's a return specialist. But again, we're going to go with the same one we had last year now, apparently. Do you need to go fill up?
I do, but go ahead. Keep going.
I can go with Ben first while you.
No. Keep going.
Because I know that Ben's hyped about Loner again. He was last year.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's lead the NFL in red zone catches. I mean, this is the time where crazy people get crazier. And Ben, since you're the craziest person I know, how high are you on this 6'7", 260-pound basketball player who is, quote, let me want my quotes in here, night and day from last year? Before you answer this, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. He was nothing last year. 100 times 0 is still 0. But what do you say? Should we be excited about Loner in this tight end room?
Oh, man.
Is this his year?
I mean, remember 2 seasons ago, Sean Payton told us we'd all remember who number 85 is. Remember when we had that, was it Lucas Kroll there? And he's like, nobody knows 85. Everyone's going to know his name. So there's times like Sean talks somebody up and it's a flop. And then there's times he says.
Somebody reported on that. I can't remember who that was that called him the best player. but I think it was.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. Anyways,
Yeah.
we all get things wrong. It's not important. Who am I to throw the first stone, right? I mean, come on.
Stay frosty, my friends. Stay frosty. But,
Wow.
yeah, no, I think I'm trying to take a tempered approach to it, but it's like, man, when he says Pat Bryant is going to be the next Michael Thomas, and then when Pat Bryant was healthy last season, unguardable, and we just see like that Buffalo game where he's, 4
Great start.
targets right away.
Great start, yeah.
Then got the concussion. So when Sean Payton says like, I think Caleb Lohner is Jimmy Graham, you got to take that seriously, man. He's Sean, but there's times he just talks, and I don't know. So I'm trying to not get a back tattoo that says Loner, because that's what everyone called me in high school anyways. So I don't know.
Loner anyway. I'll give you a couple points for that.
Yeah.
I will say nobody blows
good.
more smoke than Sean Payton than maybe Rashid Rice, but
yeah,
he likes to label people. But God, he backs stuff up too. This is a Super Bowl team. Watch this. I like where we're at in this game. We're a second half team. He comes back and wins the game. He does back it up. So maybe was it Sean who said Loner? Yeah, it was Sean. Sean said Loner was night and day, and he was very impressed. So
by the way, I was there when he said it, and it was kind of interesting. By the way,
I like
you want to talk about not having anything to do in your life and being a bit of a loner. Talk about being available to go to Broncos rookies mini camp.
Yeah,
my guy right
this
here,
guy right there,
and this guy right here,
rookie
mini camp.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
That being said, he brought him up out of the blue. By the way, he was not asked
on
about
his own. Yeah,
no, he just sort of. I did ask Sean after he went through his pre-described, planned question and answer about Bo Nix's ankle. That was interesting. And I did say, well, who stood out? Who was it? And he go, oh, this guy, that guy, no names. He brought up, this is important to know, he brought up Loner's name. Like he had been thinking about it for like the 10 minutes before, he'd been thinking about a question for 10 minutes. And then goes, hey, you know what? Caleb Lohner's pretty good. And it caught all
just like him.
It caught all of us by surprise, because the guy that just doesn't really make sense right now is Justin Jolie, and they moved up to get him. But he Dallin, what's his face? Dallin, help me. Bentley, yeah, thank you. And where would we be without athletes from Utah?
Right.
And by the way, great fact on Dallin Bentley. Did his Mormon mission, to Parker, Colorado. I mean,
that's usually like an insult. Like I went on a mission trip to Park. Like it's usually
Parker. Like I got
he went to a war zone, according to the
I mean, nothing screams hey, Mormons, like Canterbury Golf Course and the biker bar on Main Street.
They need Jesus. They need Jesus and Parker.
The funniest part is there will be Broncos fans that will remember this Bronco knocking on their door. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like, hey, where'd you do your Mormon mission? Utah. How hard was that? Knock, knock, knock. Would you like to hear about the Book of Mormon? Sure. That'd be awesome. I got 2 of them right here. But you go to Parker. Anyways, whatever. I just thought
they watch South Park, though. Like, I think those guys are Mormon. So, like, they're basically halfway there.
They're definitely not Mormon if you've seen the play. But then again, I'm talking to Ben. There's no way he has enough money to buy a ticket for Book of Mormon. I understand, Ben. I apologize.
I pirated it in my mom's basement, and I watched it on the screen. So.
I got it. Elder Ben. Anyways, that being said, Loner was brought up out of the blue. That was fascinating. They have 7 tight ends, guys. 7. So I don't know if Lucas Kroll, who obviously was the greatest off-season tight end in the history of off seasons. I have no idea if he'll make the team. No, and I don't know if Jolie will fit in either, fellas, to be quite honest with you. Engram, it's his last year with the Broncos, right?
He's not going anywhere. He's going to be here this year.
Jolie so we'll see with Loner, man. But hey, if you want to get that Loner tattoo on your back shoulders, by the way, Brock Osweiler, just to let you know, has Osweiler tattooed on his shoulders like he's wearing a jersey. It's the stupidest tattoo I've ever seen. Your own name tattooed on your back like you're, wearing a shirt.
When you go to war, you can lose your dog tags, might not, your shoulder area might be all that's left to you. Maybe he was just taking a precaution.
Here's what's great about Brock Osweiler. If he wants to, do like is commonly done, hop a fence and jump into a jet engine, they'll find out his name because it'll say Osweiler on it.
I think he's got enough money where he doesn't have to do that.
Too soon. That is way
too soon. The guy jumped into an engine.
I know.
That's a good way to go out. Like, it's a pretty sure deal. That's going to get the job done.
All right.
Well, like, other than that, was it a smooth flight? Like, that's what I would have said. Is it, like, other than that, no turbulence, right? Like, once we got off the ground, it was smooth sailing.
Jay, thanks for saying something nice about DMAC being an awesome representation of Denver media.
No, he truly is the best.
Well, he's up there.
No, he is. He's the GOAT.
Top five.
Who's better? Woody Page?
You.
No, dude, I can't even carry DMAC's jocks. First off, it's full of ringworm. Peyton Manning.
You know what I hate about conversations like this? They just remind me how old I am. Yeah, I mean, like, you never. Hey, you're the greatest of all time. It's like,
no, but you're like a current GOAT, like Jokic.
He's a playing GOAT like Aaron Rodgers.
No.
You know what's funny? I have the same vertical leap as Jokic. It's hysterical.
Ron says Jolie will absolutely.
Oh, he'll make the team. I didn't say he wasn't going to make the team.
He has better hands on for Bentley. Bad take. Nobody is saying he won't make the team. It's just with Ingram here. What are you going to do with him?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know exactly how it fits in. So we'll see.
You can't hide all those guys in the practice squad. So
listen, it is a little frustrating because Max Clare was one spot away. They only had to move up one spot for Max Clare. They only had to move up 8 spots for oh gosh darn it, I'm forgetting his name. The super duper tight end for Vandy. Yeah, exactly. Eli Stowers.
Yeah.
And it was a bad draft last year. You guys realize last year was a bad draft.
I do.
First 3 rounds.
And that's why I bring this up while we're talking about players contributing. Jahdae Barron, first round pick at 20. This is a wasted pick to me. It always was. He had 300.
You know what this means? You know what this means with him? 5 snaps in the AFC Championship game. 5 out of your first round draft pick. 5 snaps.
There are only 2 players drafted in the first round that had less snaps than him. One of them had a meniscus tear, and the other one held out for half the season. So if that tells you anything. I hope we see more of this group. This group has the look of a solid draft, especially when you throw Waddle in.
Okay, fine. All right, cool.
You have to because we gave the 1 and the 3 away. We brought in Waddle. I did agree with a lot of the people that were saying, look, you weren't going to get that talent at 30, so why not? Now that you never really know. But at least he's a known quantity. We know what we're getting. DMAC, he would have been the 2nd leading receiver in the AFC West last year with his
I like it. I love it. I think it's worth the first rounder. I'm fine with it. I think it's great. Courtland Sutton's an awesome dude. He's a great leader, but he's not like Waddle at all. So I really do like it. I think that's smart. I have no idea how Marvin Mims fits in anymore, guys. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't think being a punt returner, which he's good at, he's really good at, but like that doesn't really justify a roster spot to me. I think there's a lot of other ways you can go. Listen, I like having good players at every position. So I'm all in for the Super Bowl this year. Okay. So if you're going to sort of have excessive personnel, I'm fine with it. But talk about a position that really there's no debate or questions about. Guys, it's wide receiver. Come on now. I mean, we're good there, right?
We're stacked. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
but you have to, before you go, I deduct points if you interrupt me again. I have to address this. Waddle, Court, who now gets to play more of the possession / catch it, and then he falls forward and gains 2 yards. Perfect. Then you got Pat Bryant, if he can stay healthy. You got Franklin one of those two is going to be your wide receiver 3. Now you're at wide receiver 5. Mims is not a bad one to have there because you can have him active. He can do returns. You saw what happened when Ben brought it up earlier. Bryant goes out early in the game. It was clear that the game plan was going to target him. And then he ended up being the hero and winning the game for us. So I think what we do with Mims is probably what we did with him last year. He gets some spot duty. He carries. Sure. Who are you going to put? You're going to keep Michael Bandy? I mean, keep 5 wide receivers. Yeah. Make Mims number 5 and just, hold pat there.
Because you're definitely going to keep 4 tight ends. No doubt about it. You got 7 of them. You're definitely going to keep 4 of them.
4. Yeah.
And I'll give you another guy you got to keep an eye on. It's an offensive lineman, and it's Tyler Miller out of, I believe, Iowa State, who is gargantuan, 6'9", 335, and he got a nice chunk of change. He had draftable grades. They didn't pull the trigger on him. And the kid from Buffalo, oh gosh,
Red Murdoch.
Red Murdoch. Thank you, Ben.
Yep.
This guy is really, in fact, the inside to Terrarian
York.
Yeah. Holy cow. Seriously, really. Youth and no wine. But York and Miller, those are my 2 favorites in the clubhouse for undrafted guys to make the team. And with Singleton and Strnad, I'm not saying they're going to be replaced instantly. I'm just telling you it's going to be really, really interesting. Keep your eyes on York and Murdoch at inside linebacker, okay? Mm-hmm. And don't forget this is wild. They're moving Jonah Ellis to inside linebacker as well, right? They're doing that.
Yeah.
So while they're sort of set at inside linebacker, oh my God, guys, there are so many indications they are ready to quickly move on from Singleton and from Strnad.
Yeah. I talked about that earlier on the last show I did, and I think we're going to see Murdoch on the field at some point in time playing probably for 33. But
he can cover, guys.
And he can cover.
I didn't learn a lot in rookie minicamp, but one thing that I did pick up is whoa, Red Murdoch can cover. He can cover running backs. He can cover tight ends. He can cover, and he is way younger than Singleton and way more athletic than Strnad. Strnad's a bigger thumper guy, that sort of thing. I'm not saying he's better than that, but there are abilities with Red Murdoch that are really interesting. By the way, that's not going to be the star of training camp, though. I know who the star of training camp is going to be. Can you guess?
Wait, like the darling, like a sunshine kind of guy?
No, it's a
fair. It's going to be Coleman. Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people are going. Everybody loves a midget running back in Broncos training camp. We have for years. Every year there's a shortened stature running back we all fall in love with. But this time it might be for real. Now, I took a lot of heat because I was a big fan of Mike Washington. And Washington may get a lot of play in Vegas, by the way, guys, because he is the backup to Genty, whereas Jonah Coleman's like 3rd string, right, to RJ Harvey and to J.K. Dobbins. But let's let it all play out. So I might look smart initially because Washington's going to get a lot more play than Coleman. But Coleman is interesting, really interesting. Mm-hmm. And it's not just because he introduced himself and shook my hand at his locker, which was interesting. And I can't tell if that's phony or if that's for real. Like, is he putting on an act? By the way, he definitely lost Sean Payton's "Don't talk to the media and you win a prize" award like Drew Sanders did.
Right.
Who might have won that because I don't know if Drew Sanders from Arkansas, I don't know.
Well, you have your first cousins and your second cousins. You can marry your second cousins.
Hey, Sui Pig. Yeah. That being said, everybody's going to, my prediction, everybody will fall in love with Jonah Coleman.
Everybody's already in love with Jonah Coleman. It's everybody's favorite pick. It was what we needed. He's going to play. There's a spot for him. I want to address Cornbread says, getting rid of Mims, y'all have lost your mind. Does anybody here want to get rid of Mims?
I don't want to get rid of him, but I want to get value for him. I don't want to lose him in free agency for nothing.
No, wait, guys. Marvin Mims is first. Like Waddle played the slot as much as he played wide receiver 1 in Miami. So like you can have him as the slot, and Marvin Mims led the league when it comes to cushion. And I know DMAC doesn't like when I use football. Like he had the biggest PFF cushion on routes, and you just look like we scored 33 points when he was wide receiver 1 against the best secondary in football that year, the Buffalo Bills. Marvin Mims is him, and there's nothing. He is going to go out next season as a free agent and get a mega deal like Shahid just did.
Well, right.
And then the Broncos will get a 3rd round compensatory pick for him.
Are you talking about separation?
There's no reason to get rid of Marvin Mims because he will go out, sign an $18 million deal just like Shahid did. He's a better actual receiver than Shahid and a better kick returner. And then the Broncos get a 3rd round compensatory pick for him.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good.
Unless you're trading him for at least a 3rd, then you don't trade him.
Ben, Ben points. I didn't know that.
So
he gets it's a 3rd round compensatory pick, huh?
The way that
really
as long
good.
as it's 18 or more $1 million, that's what we would get for him. And the same is true of Riley Moss.
I think Ben just won this whole night knowing that.
Way.
I mean that was very impressive. So the value of Mims, if you can't get more than a 3rd round pick, that's really good, Ben. That's a waste of time to trade him unless you can do better than a 3rd round pick.
And same with Riley Moss. Everyone's talking about like as long as he gets 18 million in free agency.
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
Well, people are saying that like because of Jade Barron.
No. You gotta stand next to
safety.
No, Jade Barron's just a bad pick. I'm sorry.
I know.
He's too small. He's too short specifically. And Riley Moss. Yeah, Riley Moss, while you never know who he was walking down 16th Street. I'm being local here. With a trucker cap, and him and our kicker look vaguely alike, which is kind of weird. Trust me, they're fine at the Park Meadows Mall. I'm gonna put it to Lone Tree. But he's long. Like Riley Moss is long. He's not super tall. He's very skinny, but he's long. Jade Barron's small, guys. He's short. I don't even get it. And he's not our best corner cover either. We know who our best corner cover is. He made one of the greatest plays in playoff history, Jaquan McMillan.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Now, if you had to choose between the two, I want Jaquan here.
Well, he's done it, and he did it in the highest pressure situation. And that was a pick, not a catch.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're a Broncos show. Well done.
Well, no, but even our coach when he went to Buffalo said no, that was a interception. So
they fired him.
Yeah.
So that's what he gets. Game's too close. We're gonna have to do a little trivia.
All right.
What era are we going here?
Let's go.
This is all mixed up. Now, these are not trivia questions. This is more like you're gonna have to name the person, the player.
Oh boy, Craig Morton,
player, coach. It's probably in back somewhere. I will give you 1 minute on the clock. I will give you hints, and you have to guess the player. Did you guys do this last year, or was this?
We did. Yep.
Did you?
Yep.
Because this bit came later, and it was a little more actiony than the just trivia questions. So, yes, Caleb Lohner, good job. I couldn't read that at all, but it was fun watching you do that. Ben,
can we do age before beauty, or?
I'm the oldest one on the show, so that says.
Does that say? Is that
Loner.
BONER?
Yeah,
you can't.
You actually spelled it LONER instead of LOH.
It was a tribute to Ben.
To my tattoo.
Because Ben's a loner.
Yeah.
He's got 4 kids. I don't think he gets too much time alone. That's why he loves doing this show.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's break this. It's too close. We're gonna have to do this. DMAC, you're first. I'm going to start the clock after I ask the first question. You get a point for each one you get right. Get as many right as you can in 1 minute. Okay? Do you understand what we're doing? I can't give you his number, his uniform number, but anything else I can try and get you to say who the players. Could be a current player, could be a past player, could even be a coach.
Okay.
Don't be nervous. I'm with you. It's you and me. We're a team now.
Let's go.
Old people got to stick together. All right, here we go. He's our best defensive lineman, second, probably a high motor guy.
Zach Allen.
Okay, start the clock. Here we go. That's cheating. You get an extra 2 seconds.
Was it Zach Allen?
Oh, he's the franchise from the 60s and 70s. The franchise.
The franchise is running back. My guy, Syracuse. Not Ernie Davis.
He's not big.
Oh my God. The French. Oh my Lord. Not Ernie Davis. Floyd. Floyd. What?
He's not big. He's
I
not
got
big.
him. Floyd
Little.
Floyd's
Floyd
good
Little.
enough. There you go. He was a bust at quarterback. He was really tall.
Brock Osweiler.
No, he was a bust. Like there's a hole in the wall at the practice facility because of him.
Brock Lesnar. No, it's oh my God, the
He
Pirate.
cried on the
Lord.
sideline.
Oh my God, what is wrong with me? He's the indoor star. Oh my God.
You had a patch. We used to call it a patch.
This is ridiculous.
You're terrible.
Paxton
He's
Lynch. Paxton Lynch.
the worst coach we ever had. He traded Cutler.
Josh McDaniels.
All right,
but that's worse than Hackett.
Hackett's
He's
way
worse than
worse.
Hackett.
Hackett's way worse.
Hey,
All
I'm
right.
playing the game too. You
All
couldn't get Paxton Lynch. Or
I
Floyd
know.
Little, so don't yell at me. You got
Right.
4.
Oh, that was terrible. That was awful.
Dude, I'm about to put half my brain behind my back. And
Well,
beat
Ben's going to win
DMAC
by
for
Ben
2 in a
deservedly
row.
will win this. Go
Well,
ahead.
and DMAC just realized this is my Super Bowl.
Okay,
seriously,
go ahead
this
and
is
win
my
it.
Super Bowl.
Don't choke.
Literally was hoping that you were going to win this, and you just absolutely crap the bed.
I know. Sorry.
You know, if you hadn't lost all those points talking about NBA, you know what? It's not worth visiting. You were out of wine. You were
Just give it to Ben. Let's go.
Nope. Let's go. Here we go. Reset the clock. 1 minute. Ready? Are you zoned in?
Born
All
for
right.
this. I'm built different, boy.
He's a former running back who was a 4-year Marine.
Mike Anderson. Smoke
Uh,
cigarettes.
Did he? Oh,
Yes.
we brought him in for Dallas for Super Bowl 50, defensive end or outside
DeMarcus
linebacker.
Ware. DeMarcus Ware.
We signed this tight end last year. We were just talking about him earlier. He was
Evan
supposed
Ingram.
to-
My
this
score hasn't changed.
this coach should be in the Hall of Fame. He's probably
Mike Shanahan. He's orange. He looks like Trump.
He is the breaker of chains on the no-fly
Keep
zone.
Talib.
They call him Stink, and
Mark Schlereth.
Oh,
Mark Schlereth.
he's our sack leader at outside linebacker.
Nick Benito.
This is too good. He got his name tattooed across his back. We just talked about him.
Brock Osweiler.
The starting running back in Super Bowl 50 made a touchdown.
CJ
against
Anderson.
the Patriots to get us.
CJ Anderson, yeah.
Vic hated this quarterback. He was a 2nd-round pick. Wouldn't wish him happy.
Drew Lock.
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's such a funny
enough.
story.
I'm even going to stop with 5 seconds left on the clock because, guys, that is going to be.
You know why I'm so smart? I have listened to DMAC truly like every day of my life since I got a smartphone. So that's why I'm doing this. Like, you know,
The Drew
like,
Lock story is so funny, though. That's an all-timer with
why
Vic
didn't he
Fangio.
like him?
I don't know, man, because Drew had a little personality. First of all, Teddy Bridgewater is like the all-time nicest human being of all time. Let's just start there. And Drew is I really like Drew, and I have a lot of empathy for Drew because his dad, Andy, and I were kind of buddies, and Andy passed away way too young, which was really sad. And Drew's too young to have a dad who passed away. So, there's always a kind soft spot in my heart for Drew Lock. But Vic just hated him, man. And it was weird. And that's the problem you get into with drafting quarterbacks in the 2nd round, guys. Where's the priority to them playing for you? And the answer is there really isn't one. And Drew is a little bit of a space cadet, but a really good guy. And the fact that Vic Fangio did not know that Drew Lock's birthday was on the same day as Teddy Bridgewater and was effusively praising Teddy Bridgewater, wishing him a happy birthday, only to be reminded by Troy Rank, it's Drew's birthday too. And Vic Fangio goes, oh yeah, happy birthday to him too. And it was
yeah, it is. Yeah. Well,
my other favorite Vic Fangio. I couldn't stand Vic Fangio, by the way, as a head coach. A lot of media people like Vic Fangio. I wasn't one of them.
He was.
I thought he sucked as a head coach, and he had no clue about. Do not forget with Vic Fangio, the draft was Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler in back-to-back rounds. Let's never forget that. Okay. Yeah. And the story is he comes out and it's a big phony baloney thing. He's wearing a Gabe Landeskog hockey sweater, an Avs sweater, and the Avs are going to the playoffs or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It's the beginning of the season, not the playoffs, obviously in the fall. And and you know what? Actually, it might have been the playoffs. It might have been like a mini camp or something like that, in the OTAs. And he comes out and he clearly knows nothing about hockey and was told to wear the Gabriel Landeskog sweater. And so I just couldn't help myself. And I just said to him, well, who's your favorite player on the Avs? And instead of simply saying this guy, like pointing at the fucking shirt that he's wearing, he goes, I don't really follow hockey or whatever. And I'm like, how stupid are you when you're given a layup like that? Just say, hey, look at this guy, right? It's clueless.
He didn't have a suit either, right? And
doesn't own a suit.
Yep.
What? By the way, what do you think?
He wants all the meatballs, all the pasta.
Dude, you get hired as a head coach, fucking Men's Warehouse at Southlands. Go there. They'll turn a suit around in like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're a defensive coordinator. Do you know how much DCs make in the NFL? And you have no events in your life that justify wearing a suit? How did that guy get hired? And apparently he got hired because he said death by inches, and Elway, like a goober, was like, transfixed by this cliche over a hamburger at a steakhouse. And that is what he ordered, by the way, when they hired George Payton. And let me tell you guys something. If you're on a work trip, I know, Ben, you'd have to have a job, but if you're on a work trip and they go to a steakhouse, you don't order a fucking hamburger when it's like something big like that. You know what I mean? I mean, please, a ribeye, a fucking T-bone, a prime rib. I mean, a filet. You got to be kidding me. Hamburger in a steakhouse doesn't own a suit. Get out of here, Vic Fangio. You just don't want the job. But he's all right. You know what? Enough. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm killing you with truth. But Vic Fangio, seriously, I deserve to win after that.
Your score just ballooned.
You just went like
death
from
by a million paper cuts, though. You said death by inches. Death by a million paper cuts was the quote that made Elway fall in love with him, right?
Whatever. John, John was the least curious GM president of football of all time. He just didn't care. And listen, I can acknowledge how important John Elway is by still being critical of him in charge of the Broncos. Is that fair, guys? Is that all right?
Fair. Yes.
Okay. Because he saved the Broncos and ruined them in the age of Elway from 1983 to whatever year he tapped out. So
we never won a Super Bowl without him.
Yep.
That's all I'll say.
Oh my God, that is so annoying, but you're right.
It must hurt you to hear that truth, that the Broncos have never won a Super Bowl without John Elway in the building.
I will always give John. I will give John credit always as a player and an influential person. But anybody who thinks that John Elway was responsible for drafting Von Miller is high on cocaine. The personnel department led by Brian Zanders was all over Von before that draft. John had barely got the job. He was there in January, and they had been working on that draft for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning doesn't
introductory when he took over.
Peyton Manning had John Elway's arrogance that Peyton Manning wasn't as good as him unbelievably led to a positive quality because John Elway did not over-recruit Peyton Manning, but it's not because he loved Peyton Manning. Joe Ellis had to walk down to his office and say, hey, John, how about Peyton Manning? And John was like, oh, that's a good idea. And don't forget, in the last year, John, for whatever reason, wanted to cut Peyton Manning's salary. It was Joe Ellis who flew to New Orleans to tell Peyton, hey, hang in there for one more year, and they worked it into bonus money for an AFC championship game and a Super Bowl, which Peyton got. And hindsight being unbelievable 2020, Peyton had one more year, and you drafted Paxton Lynch. You should have begged Peyton Manning to come back or at least sign Brock Osweiler. Why was Brock even on the team? And if you didn't like Brock, why didn't you cut him loose and get somebody else? And by the way, you don't win a Super Bowl without Brock Osweiler that year. You don't. He went 5-2 as a starter. Look it up.
You just, Trevor Siemian, though, He was right.
Yeah,
there for
great
the
find.
taking.
You know what the great thing about Trevor Siemian was? Great thing about Trevor Siemian is he was no threat to Peyton Manning, who couldn't really stand competition and was friendly enough to Brock, but was hardly a mentor to him. So yeah, Trevor, who's going to be the greatest softball player in whatever insurance company he works for next, was able to, keep his mouth shut and get the job. Why? Because he could outplay Paxton Lynch. Yippee doodle dandy.
I could outplay Paxton Lynch. Let's be honest.
And somehow, because Gary Kubiak is an amazing coach, and Coobs hates me, but I really like Coobs. Amazing coach. And Coobs hates me because I challenged him on a couple of things. He wasn't used to that, but I was right. He was wrong. It doesn't matter. They won a Super Bowl. They were so close to winning, getting to the playoffs with Trevor Siemian. How crazy was that?
Yeah,
and that almost happened.
That was a good team. I mean, underestimated. I didn't think they were going to win that game against Carolina. And I was very nervous. I was in Boulder, surrounded by everybody. We were all watching. And I was like, man, I just don't know. And it's funny how when you win the Super Bowl, then you look back and you're like, man, that was a great freaking team. We had this and we had that. But at the time, it was like, we were 12-4. What was it? 12-5. I can't remember if the change had taken. But
yeah, what's funny about that? You were in Boulder. I was actually at the game. Hey, Ben,
well,
what date?
That's another flex.
Ben,
you know what?
What date year class were you in?
Screw you. That's 20 points.
Oh, I'm still losing.
It's close again.
Wait, I was going to hit Ben with the daycare class quote.
Well, you were in Boulder, but I was at the game.
I was having dinner with my sister.
You were having dinner with your sister.
No.
Is that what they call chicken fingers at Freddy's?
No, we had a Super Bowl party at my first home that I owned in Loveland, Colorado.
All right, I'm done. Just give Ben. Just give Ben though.
No,
I already won. Clearly, you were on fire tonight, DMAC. I don't know how you do it. Your 5th show of the day. I'm honored that you came on. Ben,
can I tell you guys the funniest story? Can I give you the funniest story? Funniest story.
Want to risk the 10 points you won by?
No. You guys are gonna love this.
Yep.
So, I was at the Avs game last night. Humble brag. So was my wife. Well, she was at Avs Alley because I'm too cheap to buy a ticket for her to go in. So I'm like, I'll see you outside, honey.
That's true.
She's obsessed with the TV show Survivor. And so doing this podcast was actually kind of like because we were supposed to watch Survivor, the finale, which was last night.
It was
tonight.
crap on Twitter.
Guys, I've known who's won for 24 hours, and I've completely lied. It's Aubrey, and I've lied to my wife the entire time. But like, she's asking me, like, do you know? Oh no. Like, I got to do this podcast. I'm just killing some fucking time before I go down and see Aubrey win. I'm going, oh my God, Aubrey, unbelievable. They already know she won.
Actually going to end better than a win against your nemesis. DMAC is on the Mount Rushmore of Denver sports media. It's true. He could almost cover all 4 because he's been fired so many times. He could be on there for every show he's worked for. I mean,
I can't even be offended by that because you killed me with truth. All right. Are we done?
Have you been fired 4 times?
I've been fired like 12 times.
So you can cover.
Oh my God, 4 times.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my God. I've been fired at least 4 times just living here in the state of Colorado. Never mind time in Washington, Buffalo, and Syracuse. I've been fired a lot, guys. I've been fired a lot.
Well, the reason you keep getting hired is just like they said.
I gotcha.
You're top 5.
All right, do I get a trophy for this shit or what happens now?
Yeah, it's right here. It's in my pocket.
All right. Can I say goodbye? And good. I love you both. You guys are both great.
You're the best.
All
Thank you
We're
all
done.
for watching. In the comments, DMAC, Ben, of course, this will be the best show of the year. I feel sorry for anybody that follows you guys up. But yeah, DMAC, honestly, it wasn't even close, Ben. I'm sorry. You had a win last year, though. So
yeah, I think
we'll get a rubber match. How about preseason? Preseason time, we'll have you guys back on.
You think I'm doing this shit again?
Fuck yeah, I do. And you just made me say the F word. Sorry, Mom. I love you. I apologize to my children.
I
Go
will.
Broncos.
I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Mom!
Meatloaf!
We're out.